Hello, how are we? I'm quite mean, but I've snipped the odd ranunculus from the garden. So I thought it would be a lovely way to show how you can create an arrangement either for you to have for yourself, or if you wish to, why not make two arrangements and take one to a neighbour, someone who's self-isolating at the moment, and show them a little bit of floral fabulousness. Share some flowery love with them. I've got a gorgeous old terracotta pot. I collect these, I guard them with my life. I don't give them away to anyone. However, I think they make a beautiful receptacle for flower arrangements of this style. And so I've got a jam jar. I'm sure lots of you will recognise the brand. A jam jar that sits very nicely within, and I filled it 2/3 full of water. Before you start assembling, it's important that you strip all the lower leaves so that none of these ends that are in water have got leaves on them, because otherwise that gets very smelly and turns soupy really quickly. I'm going to use my hand as if it were a vase, so I won't be able to put my flowers down once I begin the assembly process. So now starting to create and assemble, so I'm using my hand as if it were a vase, and it's a bit like, you know, the sort of posh European style of tied bunch that you see proper florists in shops assembling. That's the sort of thing that we're creating here, but we don't have to worry about our stems doing a fancy smancy spiral, because really we're creating something that's got to look pleasing within a vase. And it's good to have an assortment of different levels, an assortment of different flower shapes and types. And I'm tucking them in and just gently revolving this in my hand, but without being too rigid and without holding any of the stems too securely. And if you've got a few that have some buds on, you'll find that those will last, and you'll be able to just snip out the odd flower as it starts to finish and add in others. Don't worry too much about how uniform your arrangement is, because as you're forming it into your hand, you'll be able to give it a little, look at those, you'll be able to give it a little tweak and ensure that it sits happily. The smell of spring flowers is such a joy at this time of the year. So in goes my last little sprig of foliage, and then I'm securing it using some twill. Now this is a lovely Bobby Dazzler garden twine created in Exmoor from the wool that would ordinarily be discarded. So it's a rather fabulous industry, TWOOL twill. Having secured that there, I'm going to snip these stems off. And having snipped the stems off, I'm just going to cut and split any of the harder, woodier stems. And there's my little bunch, which I'm going to pop inside my jam jar, inside my pot. Keep well, stay safe. See you soon. Bye-bye.